So finishing it off, Max, what's going on with your show, the Keiser Report? I've noticed you've been all over the place. You've been reporting. You were in Mexico recently. You were talking to Jeff Berwick, and I've just noticed you're in the woods sometimes. Like, what's going on?
Well, we're always moving around, and we'd like to travel and do the show in different locations. And we were in Paris originally. Then we were in London for quite some time. London became very difficult. London, people probably are not aware that it's not really. They don't really support free speech. So the regulators in the UK were constantly threatening us. And
what kind of threats? Like, what were they threatening you with?
They were threatening in a very belligerent manner. That made us feel as though our safety was not really, secure. So, on behalf of some energy companies and Ofcom, which is a regulator in the UK, they work with corporations to stifle speech. In the UK, they're trying to get fracking in a big way. And if the biggest group of activists and journalists that have been murdered over the past 10, 15 years are those in the environmentalist movement and ecological warriors, if you will. People say that, journalists are getting killed in this country or that country. The biggest group are environmentalists. They've been killed, hundreds of them.
It's always suicide, right? They committed suicide, they crashed a car. I've seen that a lot over the past few years, and it's quite alarming to a lot of people like us who try to talk about, just the truth. It's as simple as that.
The energy companies are ruthless and mercenary and dangerous, and so they made us very uncomfortable in terms of the threats that we got from them just for mentioning them. And the thing is that in the UK, the regulators like Ofcom work for corporate assassins, essentially, and so it's not really worth hanging out there. In the U.S., it's still a beacon of free speech in many ways. I mean, you have a lot of posturing that goes on, and people are shouted down, if you will, or you have a certain cadre of journalists who are protectionist of certain interests. In the U.S., it's not the energy industry that's the most dangerous, but it's essentially the Hollywood cartel, the copyright industry, is really the most wicked.
Well, a few things about Hollywood, I would assume. And, it's funny because what you're talking about, it kind of brings me back to that phrase, go into the woods, disappear into the woods, because you've literally been in the woods in a lot of your shows. And I mean, the view obviously in London isn't worth risking your life over. And I think that the content is what people are looking for, and what you're putting out is something that people can relate to, because a lot of people are frustrated. A lot of people want to hear the latest on all of this, and you do a great job of it. Like what we do here at WHAM? Don't forget to check the links below. GoFundMe, Patreon. We can't do it without you. Any donation is very much appreciated, especially as we are so vastly demonetized and censored by YouTube. Also, check our Bitcoin address in the description and the comments, as well as on the screen for you to scan if you please. And also find me at Josh Sigurdson at steemit.com. That's steemit.com. The future of social media, where you get paid in cryptocurrency to blog and post. Until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.
Bye.